Hello. Today, I'd like to talk about a completely imaginary problem which has been referred to in social choice theory and in welfare economics, and this is a problem known as the adaptation problem. To be brief, the question arises as to whether the fact that people adapt to a change in circumstances, for example, a change in relative prices, the fact that they seem to be coping well enough, does this mean that there is a problem for welfare economics, for the evaluation of welfare? Because, the fact is that people are plastic in their behavior. This is the essence of the question. Now, the reason this question gained salience is that back in the 60s, 70s, early 70s, it turned out that working class people, whether in affluent countries or even in poor countries, they started to turn against crude policies of redistribution, income redistribution. It turned out that they really cared about whether they got some food to eat, whether they had, their material standard of living. The element of envy didn't really feature in their what we may call utility function. Envy is not really useful for us in our daily life. We can indulge in envy, we can indulge in jealousy, we can indulge in daydreams. Doesn't really affect uh, uh, our lives. And so we tend to retreat from crazy ideologies, like ones which say that, oh, we should be killing and eating the rich, or we should be killing the Jews because they're smart, or fuck them, fuck the Jews. I don't care about Jews. It's Iyengars. If we don't kill and eat every single Iyengar, you know, the fact is, I want to tell you, Iyengars have destroyed the good name of Tamil Brahmins everywhere. Look at, the Srinivas Ramanujan, bloody Iyengar. People say he's a great mathematician. What does this mean? It means that ordinary Tamil Brahmins like me, and the vast majority of Tamil Brahmins are Iyers, they're not Iyengars. We are regarded as being educationally forward. Just look at me, man. I'm educationally not just bloody backward, I'm retarded. Why Iyers have not received not just OBC status? We should be receiving Maha bloody mentally retarded, completely rubbish status, and we should have at least 10% quota for everything. So this is the gravamen. This is the burden of my complaint. So basically, what I'm saying is that the adaptation problem, is that, yeah, I know that some Iyengars, I know. You can say to me that, oh, the founder of the Iyengar sect, that he started off as an Iyer. Yeah, but he adapted. And all those pretty Iyengar bastards, many of them very good looking. I'm not joking. Compare an Iyengar with an Iyer, very good looking, and I really like that food. But let me please tell you that it is the Iyengars, nobody else, who's putting this rumor abroad that I put garlic in the sambar. Yo, would I put me garlic in sambar? Why don't they just say beef fat and be done with it? Anyway, fact is that Leo Varadkar is a Maratha, and he's gay and he's handsome. So that proves he's a bloody Iyengar. And it is Iyengars like Leo Varadkar who are preventing the Iyers from returning to Ireland, which is their original homeland, more particularly, if Apple and Microsoft and so on are based there, you know. And the fact is, ethnic cleansing of Ayers from Ireland has happened because of Iyengars who are in cahoots with the leprechauns. So this is my basic position. Now, you can say that how does this affect the adaptation problem? And the answer is adaptation problem really has to do with whether people like Richard Layard, who was an important economist back, when I was 16, 17. Now, this idiot, thought that there should be a tax-based incomes policy whereby the way you defeat inflation is that, like Dagenham Man, the guy who works for Ford, he gets his 12% or 15%, and then the tax man just treats him by taking it away. So this is replace what Keynes called money illusion with a tax illusion. So that, because Dagenham Man is stupid. But Dagenham Man wasn't stupid, he voted for Thatcher. So Layard was an idiot. So the whole adaptation problem in Layard, in his happiness studies and so forth, was nonsense because people aren't stupid. They People know what they need to do to adapt to things, and this is not something which can be gamed by economists. Elster was a different matter. He was a moral philosopher. And Amartya Sen, of course, is a very special man. He had very special education, and special education is what you get if you go in for Amartya Sen's Pratichi. Just a type shite. It's useless, but it's very special because you're a very special snowflake. Suppose you're very poor, and suppose you have a very tiny dick. Yeah? Oh my God, I'm very poor. I have a very tiny dick. But would I benefit by continually measuring what is my relative poverty or what is the relative tininess of my dick? Answer is no. You keep measuring your dick, it's not going to, suddenly grow bigger. You know, you, you know, take the rule. What we used to do, not me personally, I'm talking about Manmohan Singh ji, Sardar ji. He was always measuring his dick. He was going 11 inches. मैंने काफी पराठा नहीं कहा. He would go home. पराठा खाता था. 15 inches. Yeah. Bastard. Do you know Manmohan Singh used to sodomize President Obama? I've written about this. But it has all been suppressed. Why? Because it was false. It wasn't true. So similarly, why has the adaptation problem or this availability cascade associated with capabilities approach, why has it not been suppressed, though it is false? And the answer is actually, it is ignored. It's only older people like me who have a rubbish blog called Social Proctology. We are recycling that. And people know that when I write these blog posts, I'm watching Netflix. But I'm getting bored because, the vampire is not biting anybody. It's talking about its childhood or its complicated sexuality or whatever. So I'm a bit bored. So I'm looking at the other screen and typing my blog, doing my social proctology. But then, if the vampire bites the werewolf, and then actually, werewolves are all tend to be very homosexual. So they'll take off their clothes and they'll start doing the sodomy. And then I fast forward. To be frank with you, I don't mind the lesbian vampires. Lesbian vampires is fine. But all the bloody gay werewolves, so it does try my patience. And this is why I have to remain a social proctologist, at least for the moment. May God bless you. And the adaptation problem, to be brief, is that there is no adaptation problem. It is nonsense.